contact people and find out what's going on and network. And now with again, the iPhone does not have the video. It has the still camera, and that kills me because it's nothing better if especially you get a car accident or whatever, you can take a video
Well,
right
the new
now.
ones have video.
Yeah. Oh, the new,
My
oh.
iPhone has video.
What, no, what would you, with the 3GS?
The 3GS, yeah.
Oh, man.
But exactly with what you said, Dr. Berry, you know, you use your PDAs, your mobile devices now for everything, including communicating with your friends, your family,
It's
looking
my
up
hobby.
restaurants.
Everything. I read my
Yeah.
email, I look at the thing. And there's probably an app, too, that you could send it to a printer. If you could print off this thing, they're getting it all together. And I'm wondering, too, you know, they have the new iPad, which I don't understand why anyone would want. You're not going to hold that up here. It doesn't hook up to a phone. It's just a small screen, you know, for handiness, and you can carry it around a little easier, but and maybe read books online, but
it's like a giant
you don't
iPod
read anymore.
Touch.
Well, yeah. Think of
You just
if
look at
a kid had an iPad, and that's all he would have to take to school instead of a bunch of books, because all his books would be internal in his iPad.
Well, that's, you know, that'd be cool, and maybe not. And then, of course, when you, by the way, back up your iPhone. I have lost two of them now to water damage. One time it jumped out of my pocket into my pool. The second time I was having a Mai Tai. I was lying down in bed. I had it on my chest, and I was talking on the iPhone. Somebody said something, I laughed, and boom, it went into the Mai Tai. And apparently water and iPhones do not mix, and so I'm binding with. The trouble was that I didn't back up the data, and all my contact list, everything. And so if you do have an iPhone or a smartphone of some kind, and your computer, you really want to back it up. And you might want to talk to Accent, and they could tell you, hey, here's the kind of backup software we recommend and what's going on, and get you.
Sure.
Because we dinosaurs, you know, over the age of 30, and we get this technology, but it's hard to catch up and keep track of everything. And
well, let me ask you a question. What is your understanding of what, say, Twitter is? And what have you been using it for? So you said once every 6 months. I mean,
yeah,
I'm kind of joking there, but.
Well, one, I don't follow anyone because there's nobody that I care about but myself. And the second thing is that, you know, I do get around to it once in a while. I feel obligated since it's a KOCI Twitter that I say who's going to come on the show and what I'm doing and things like that. But I find it kind of pointless to just sit there and say, well, I'm brushing my teeth now. And what it is just you can 180 characters, and you can just write short little billboard type messages to let people know what's going on. And it would work too if I had thousands and thousands of followers to let them know that, you know, I've got X on the show today, or what's going on KOCI, so that they would get it, you know, maybe their favorite artist might be coming on, or the big fans of Scotia Monahan, they would have wanted to know that he was coming on. And of course, we do that on the radio all the time, you know, we do the promos, but it would be cool to let people know, you know, these events that are coming up. We could use it for Restaurant Week. And
yeah,
well,
I have one for Restaurant Week.
It takes time. It takes time. It's definitely an investment of time that you need to spend versus money, right, on all the other advertising mediums. But the whole thing is, you know, you can read about it online. It's just building real relationships with your listeners, for example.
But why couldn't I just, well, of course, now I understand now what I'm thinking. You know, you got this phone, you can dial the person's number and talk to them, and you can talk to them on the phone. And you don't need the Twitter, but the beauty of Twitter is that you'd have to make, if you got 1,000 followers, you'd have to make 1,000 phone calls. You just make one Twitter, push one button, and now all 1,000 people know the words.
And you can, you know, one of the big things, and all the techies know this, right, but for those just getting into social media, just getting into Twitter, one of the biggest things is the search function within Twitter, and be able to target the people that you want to follow, or you want to follow you. And you can reach out to people that want to listen to classic rock, want to get involved with their Orange County community.
Well, now this is what I don't know. How do I get more followers? And every once in a while I say, somebody else is
that's a conversation we're going to have to have off air, because it's going to take hours.
I guess that's what you guys would be good at too, to let people know how do you build this. Because I know Jimmy Rabbit, who comes on Saturdays from 3 to 6 here on KOCI, back at the beach, a great country rock and singing and playing, and big time famous DJ from the last century.
Yesteryear.
In the Southland here, and just the greatest show. I love listening to Jimmy, and just the way he talks, he's just the nicest guy. But he has about 1,500 people on his Twitter, and one of them I found out was Clint Eastwood. But the Clint Eastwood. But, you know, so apparently he knows how to get people to follow it, but maybe it's just that people wanna follow Jimmy Rabbit and they can care less about Dr. Barry, I can understand that.
Well, how do we put it? In my opinion, Twitter is one of the best ways to target exactly who you want to connect with, even some of the bigger companies out there, because it's a public forum, and nobody wants to come off as that jerk in this public space, and most of the time they will respond to you. So what I see Twitter as is a extended introduction. It's a great way to introduce yourself to people and extend that introduction and maybe build some camaraderie or whatever you want to call it. But the next step is taking it and meeting them face to face and building that, shaking their hand, looking them in the eye, and seeing who this person is. And one of the biggest reasons why we wanted to come and meet with you here, we knew you had this Sunday brunch show. We just actually started hosting an event called OC Brunch. We talked a little bit before we went on live and see if we can't get you to do a broadcast remotely, maybe from some exciting
boat. You got my
boat.
attention when you mentioned boat and
Yeah,
Sunday
we got
brunch
we got some exciting
and
things in the mix
bottomless
for that.
mimosas,
Yeah.
bottomless mermaids. Okay.
But
All
thank
right.
you.
Well, this is going to be exciting, and again, we're just
That'll be kinda
beginning,
hard.
The Sunday brunch show here as we go along, and I want to again welcome Hamway from the OC Restaurant Association. Thank you, Scotch, for coming in. Thank you, Linda.
That'll be kinda hard.
Thank you, Brian and Mike, and
Since they
Johnny
have a
B's
fin.
here as well, helping us out, and we are learning how to do interesting radio, and I'll tell you, we do invite guests down, and we might even have a contest, because we have the greatest food here on Sundays, and it's just,